Tell the story again because I think this is funny.
I'm going to tell a story again.
That's what comics do. Most human beings aren't equipped to tell a story twice. You motherfuckers rip a story 1,000 times.
I have no problem telling a story twice. The question is
Punch
whether
that
or not you guys can listen to it for the second time.
All right, let's just start normal then. Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is June 17th, and we are here live.
You boys do anything fun this weekend?
Sure did.
What?
I played golf with Steve Gerben.
Wait, from Tires?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, we had a good time.
No way.
He said they were talking season 2 and talking season 3 through 6.
We were,
No, you weren't.
well, we mentioned season 3.
Through 6?
No, I added in the through 6.
No, we didn't get too far ahead of ourselves.
Dude, when I shot this battle rap movie and like as they were shooting it, these battle rappers were so overzealously excited that they're thinking about making it a trilogy. It's like, dude, let's let the first one come out first before we get to trilogy, much less sequel.
Yeah. You don't really get a trilogy unless you have Denzel Washington or
Harrison Ford.
John Wick has to be involved or some shit. They're not just giving out trilogies. Or The Land Before Time.
Yeah.
They had like fucking 11 of those motherfuckers. But where'd you go out to golf? You were golfing in Manhattan?
Played Bayonne out in Jersey. And we had a great day, beautiful day. Boy, what the weather this weekend was second to none.
Yes, incredible weather.
But here's
second to none.
Here's the challenging part of playing golf in New York, especially, I think, is that when you come back with your golf bag from the city, I was walking through Lower Manhattan, and I had a golf bag over my shoulder, my golf hat, my Peter Millar polo shirt tucked into my Peter Millar shorts.
60-40 blend.
Yeah, and ankle socks, and I look like I'm looking for my ball among skyscrapers. And, you got people, you got tourists, but you also have homeless people who are saying, hey, could you spare some change for a cup of soup? And first of all, you're like, dude, it's 82
It's not
degrees.
soup weather.
Why are you eating soup?
Maybe a gazpacho.
Yes, a gazpacho.
Maybe
like
the homeless are craving.
Partially frozen Uncrustable.
Yeah.
Something really cool you down.
Something cool. Something cold.
And someone asked me for $1, and I was like, I said, I'm sorry, I don't. And I didn't have any money because I had spent all my cash on caddy fees. And
the high noons on the course, so they're marked up. They're like 15.
Yeah.
And you got to tip the cart girl.
Yeah.
To not have a single dollar wearing that outfit for a homeless person.
They know you're lying.
Well, I wasn't though, but it was because I had gotten rid of all my 50s that I had brought.
Yeah.
I was like, you should have seen me. If only you'd caught me 5 hours ago, because I had $50s.
Yeah.
It is hilarious that you're like, I only have too much money to give you.
Yeah.
The only amount of money I have to give you is way too much that I would never give you.
Yeah.
It's so mean.
Think of how much gazpacho you could buy with a 50.
Vats, literal fucking painting tubs of gazpacho, dude. It freezes over on the
That's
top.
the worst, though, walking back with all that shit. When I go fishing, I have to walk down the street holding my net and my rod and my waders. I look like a fucking serial killer with like some sort of weird twist.
A net is crazy.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Net is almost like a foregone era of fishing. Like I don't fish enough to know. I guess you just need to put it in the net once you've reeled it in or something like that. But
well, it's
I
just
feel
easier to land it with a net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just seems like nets are like how Jesus's men fished.
Yeah.
How the
yeah.
disciples were fishing.
Mm.
It's like I have like a
casting
little
net.
wooden net.
Yeah.
It's actually so that the trout don't stay out of the water for a long time because they're little bitch ass fish, so they die easily.
I saw a fucking. There are dudes that fish in the East River
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
in the morning,
They get big ones too.
and they're Japanese bros.
they're all Asian. Yeah.
And they're fucking always on a fucking, like, they have a bucket that they put on a bike, and you know that they're either hopefully feed their family and not just like the sushi restaurant.
Mhm.
But they really might be.
They're catching bass, right?
Striped bass, yeah. I actually was looking
River
at something.
bass?
No, I was actually looking at something. Apparently, a lot of striped bass in like all of the East Coast come from the Hudson.
That's right.
Yeah.
Those are the river bass. It's one of the biggest river bass feeder systems in the continental United States.
River bass are known to be a real thing.
They are.
No, there's no such thing as a river bass.
Well, you have to specify which body of water from whence they come.
I actually caught 2 smallmouth bass
Lake bass?
2 weeks ago while fishing in a river.
What?
Yeah.
You got bass jumping from rivers to lakes and back and forth?
Yeah.
You got river bass.
It was very strange. I was very confused. I
Pretty
didn't know
soon
they
we're
had-
going to have a mutant hybrid
Yeah.
of a river and a lake bass.
Yeah.
A rake bass, which is also how the Asians
A rake bass.
That's fucking damn good. That's damn good shit.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you can make those jokes anymore, but I just watched Lost in Translation, and that whole movie is based in Japan, and all Bill Murray does is make like
Yeah.
Didn't we?
L
we
to
had
R jokes.
Big Chrissy and Gardini on. Wasn't Big Chrissy talking about that?
What?
Lost in Translation, how like racist it is.
That's
Oh,
a
was he
great
saying
movie.
that?
I think that was the movie that he was referring to.
You know how ScarJo at the end he whispers something in her ear?
Yeah.
I think someone slowed it down and read his lips or something and figured out what it was, but I can't remember exactly what it was. But I did look it up once and it was very romantic.
I thought his lips were obscured.
Somehow they figure it out.
Dude, how about her lips in that movie? Am I right, my boys? That is fucking pre-lip
I've never seen the
implants,
movie.
pre-lip
I'd like to sit next
injections.
to her on a Malaysian Airlines flight.
Oh my
There's your
God.
flotation
Yeah,
device.
You're not going down.
Would be fine.
It is insane. It was like pre-lip injections, and
Mm.
she's sitting on pillow. Just look at a still image, dude. Treat yourself.
I'm not
because
gonna do that,
You
but
should do it. You should
I
do
get
it
it.
now.
It sounds great.
no,
Get
it's
those
great.
juicy lips.
Incredible lips.
Mm.
Good shit.
She's got that raspy voice.
I'm joking.
Sofia Coppola. That's a good movie. It's a little
Right,
slow.
directed by a woman, so it's like she's objectified by a woman.
Yeah.
It's not us that's objectifying her.
Right.
We're just at the museum looking at
Well, it
the art.
depends on who wrote the character, because there's always that
She
that
wrote
big
it.
thing where it's
Sophia
like
did.
all the women characters are written by men,
Mm.
and that's why they're so appealing to men.
Right.
Well, they opened the whole movie with just a shot of ScarJo's butt.
Yeah.
It's a long image.
Perverse.
And she was apparently quite self-conscious about it. And then something like, again, I may be making this up, but I'm going to say it with conviction. I think the day that they were supposed to shoot it, she came in to do it and she was nervous about it. And I think all the camera people were in their underwear
Really?
to make her feel better.
That's way
That would
weirder.
make me feel way more uncomfortable.
Well, you've got
And
dick
then they're like
holes.
hard.
Yeah.
You've got dick holes in your underwear. So, you know,
Yeah.
you don't have a pair that would have been suitable for set.
That sounds awful.
I also heard that she had like really bad diarrhea that day or something like
Yeah,
that.
she had shit all over her ass.
They were like cycling through like the underwear.
So all the camera
'cause
guys shit themselves to make her feel
in
better.
solidarity, they all fucking
Yeah, they all took laxatives and had
They all
explosive
shit.
diarrhea.
They all just they had a Sunday buffet that they were just fucking going to town on.
She was probably like mediocre nervous. She was probably like, oh man, I don't want to fucking do this. I don't want to have to show my ass on camera. And then she arrived and everyone was ass naked. She was like, oh, this is way worse. I would have rather.
She's Scarlett Johansson. They're like gross camera people.
Yeah.
What a great career she's
No offense,
had.
Booze. You have like a way better body than me. I'm not calling all camera people gross, dude. No, Booze's body is incredible, bro.
Yeah, he's got a good one.
Booze's body. Actually, that's a tenet of Barstool that everybody who works behind scenes is way better looking than the people in front
Oh
of the
yeah,
camera,
big time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
for the most part.
Dude, there's a guy that I follow now on Instagram that I found, and he's my favorite Instagram I've ever followed. He's a guy in Wales who's like a workout bodybuilder, and all he does is tell you what he ate yesterday. And he goes, "Right, boys. All right, I had a cheeky skier bowl.
Oh yeah.
And
What the fuck's a skier bowl?
after that, we had a red apple." And he's like, "And you know, we were going hard on the assault bike." I'm not doing the accent, right? But
Sounds pretty good.
well, that's Scottish, I think. But
No one knows the difference over here.
Dude,
Yeah.
those videos of like the British dudes explaining their food, it's crazy what they eat.
he eats so much.
Yeah.
It's
But it's also just like
unbelievable.
slop.
He
They'll get like a
does-
bucket of gravy.
He does 8 eggs
There's beans.
and
Yeah.
a little bit of sourdough toast. His is pretty intentional, but he's
Yeah.
doing like he does like 50 miles on an assault bike. Have you ever been on an
Dude,
assault
I
bike?
went on the assault bike. It was
What
the
the fuck
closest
is
I
an
think.
It's
assault
the
bike?
worst.
I think it's the closest I've ever been to death.
It's the single worst
Dude,
exercise
it is-
machine in the game.
It is
What is
You
it?
get
They're
off of it and
so
you're scared.
hard.
You're scared for your
It's
life.
so fucking hard.
It's the bike with the massive like
Fan.
fan and you
And
go
you gotta
like
pull it.
that. And you're supposed to do like increments of sprinting on it.
yeah,
I think.
yeah, you do.
Or I think there's probably multiple ways to do it, but that's what I
Tabata,
did.
20 seconds on, 10 seconds
Yeah.
Why
off.
is it called an assault bike?
I don't know.
I thought it was called the cow bike.
It's probably got different names.
Yeah.
Assault is just a crazy thing for a stationary bike.
That was the thing that I did when we recorded that episode with Caleb like years ago. And he made me drink that Four Loko. And then I was like, that was when I was going to the gym all the time. And I was like, I'm still going to go to the gym because I just had like half of a Four Loko. And I was like, I'll be fine. And then I went to bench and I was like, I'm actually kind of buzzed. I'm going to do some cardio, really get this away. And I did the assault bike. And then I had to go into the locker room and lay down. And then I just got all my shit and left immediately.
You lay down on the bench?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Dude, I was going to throw up.
Where like the old man ass bench?
It was blank, so there wasn't a ton of old people. A lot of young bucks.
Oh, so
A lot of young bucks trying to change their lives.
yeah. Just the young hottie bench.
Yeah. That was probably the last time I did the assault bike.
It seems
tough.
terrible. But that
It's tough.
guy's, I mean, hey, how many eggs did you say he was eating?
He eats 8 or 10 or some shit.
I mean, imagine his fucking shits on that day on
Oh, yeah.
Lost in Translation.
It's got to be terrible.
Imagine his fucking nasty shits when he had that pink underwear on. They did the close up of his ass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just
I'm kind of at a point where I only want to eat eggs if I make the eggs. Like eggs from like delis repulse me now.
Why?
I don't know.
They're pros.
Hmm.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't
You
like
don't like
any,
the Aki's eggs?
I don't know. I don't like any scrambled or like mixed eggs. I need it to be like sunny side up.
It's happening to
Just like straight egg.
a swath of my boys that they're all like one by one, like getting repulsed by eggs.
Yeah.
I think it happens at a point in life for some weak men.
Yeah.
Hard times make weak men. Weak men hate eggs. As the adage
I think it's
goes.
hard times
Is that
make
right?
strong men.
Well, I'm literally making this up as I go. So, how dare you correct me on the fucking adage that I've just crafted out of thin air?
Roan helped me move this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's actually.
I never even got the text.
Well,
I actually thought about texting you as a joke and being
Yeah.
like, hey, with Roan in the chat, knowing he was going to come, be like, so Roan's going to come over and help me move. Like, Sass, you want to help out?
I would have definitely come.
What would you have said? No, you wouldn't have.
Well, I wasn't here, but if I was here, I would have for sure.
You would have?
Yeah, absolutely.
No way.
Yeah, I absolutely would have done that.
0.0%
I 100%
chance
would have done
that
that.
you would have helped me move.
No, I love doing shit like that.
No, you don't.
Yes,
Well,
I do.
First off, I volunteered. Francis didn't ask. So before you're like, that's a fucked up move for Francis to ask, I just said I'd like to.
It is to this day. I mean, I'm trying to think. Short of you donating an internal organ to me, helping someone move and volunteering to do so, I think is the single kindest act of service that one can do for another person.
It was easy and it was an absolute pleasure.
We did it in about 45 minutes.
We were fucking bang bang.
That's
We were like a
insane.
NASCAR pit crew. We
And
wanted
that's
to play
pretty
Tetris
impressive.
And
afterwards.
just as we were doing it, the skies opened up and a torrential downpour came. And luckily my new building has an overhang and he was able to bring his car in there and we had stuffed it full.
You would think that the people of New York have never experienced precipitation before. There was like panic in the streets. People
Yeah.
were fucking terrified of the
running
rain.
like rats for higher ground.
sprinting. Yeah, it was very radish, but a lot of tourists though.
Sure.
It was a
A lot of tourists.
Mhm.
Yeah, tourists panicking. They didn't have fucking rain on the forecast for their vacation.
Yeah.
They
Mhm.
wanted an idyllic vacation. Oh no, they got moving day. It was nasty. And we didn't even like.
It doesn't really rain out in LA.
As Frank Ocean said,
Just sun and fucking no clouds. It's great out there.
women, weed, and weather, bro.
That's kind of my new spot. I'm just out here to do the pod and then I'm going right back.
Yeah. Did you link with Tyler and them? Did you link with Pat Bev and them out there?
No, I didn't know they were out there. No one hit me up.
You didn't hit them up. You were in their neck of the woods. Why would they hit you up?
What? I thought they lived in Milwaukee.
No. Wait, did you hear that? Like Trump said that like Milwaukee is like the worst place on earth, and so all these like
that's got to be like a hot spot for him.
and yeah, right. You think?
Yeah.
And I think it's like I think that's where the RNC is this year or something. And it's also debated whether he even said it. But now all these anti-Trump people are like, I actually fucking love Milwaukee.
Yeah, no one likes Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Milwaukee sucks.
Well, some people, the Antetokounmpo family, I'm sure loves it. It's made them rich beyond their wildest dreams. But
True.
I think that for the most part, people aren't wild about Milwaukee. But it's just hilarious for people to be like, you're fucking talking shit on Milwaukee. It's actually fucking paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't paradise.
No, it's not. What
It's
how'd
the
you
same thing when he called those other. What did he say? He called some country a shithole.
Oh yeah.
What country was it?
Where
And then
did
it was
he
a bunch
go?
of people who have never been there and are never going to go there, being like, it's actually
Like
a beautiful
Google
place.
imaging.
Yeah.
And there's just like watermarks on the pictures.
Yeah.
And shit.
Just finding stock images of sunsets.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a shithole to me.
The sunset's here
Yeah.
too. Dude, I got bad news. The sunset's everywhere. There's nowhere that doesn't have sunsets. But LA was dope though.
Yeah, it was good. I was there for a long time. I'm very, very tired right now.
It looks like you got absolutely zero sun out there, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah, I got a little sun.
Where? Show me
I
on
don't
your
think
body.
I tried to stay out of the sun for the most part after fucking West Virginia. I was like really cautious about getting sunburned because I'm not trying to get a bad sunburn again.
Virginia.
Or Virginia,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bad.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get a nasty sunburn again. But it was I went out on Tuesday and then I just got back last night.
What?
Yeah.
The fuck were you doing out there for so long? Cracking jokes?
Yeah, I did a bunch of different shows. It was really fun.
It must have been a blessing for those LA comics to see to get a
See
bite of the
killer.
apple.
Yeah, to see a real assassin. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said since Rogan took everyone to Austin, they haven't seen an assassin there in a while.
Exactly. They're like rubbing their eyes like blink blink. What the fuck is that?
No, it was sick. I did the Comedy Store. I did my show on Wednesday in the Belly Room, and then I did Tuesday. I did Sam Tripoli's show.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a great one.
Comedy Chaos.
I heard that they had like to put an auxiliary screen outside because there was,
It was
such
so
a
packed.
gathering.
Yeah.
People were just like crowding onto Sunset Boulevard. That's
Yeah.
the street it's on, right?
Yeah, it's in West Hollywood. I know that.
Yeah, they had to do crowd control. It was like a sneaker drop.
They actually did
Yeah.
did oversell the show.
It's like when Drewski drives around.
Yeah.
People were like ripping open your fucking car and trying to pull you out.
I was trying to run Link Game with Drewski, but I couldn't get in touch.
Yeah, well, your two mobs probably were like
Yeah.
keeping each other,
Clashing,
keeping
yeah.
you guys at bay. Damn, that's fucking sick.
The Comedy Store on Tuesday was like the most nervous I've ever been for a show because my manager just got me booked on it. And then
Who else was on the show?
Well, he was like, you're doing the 8 p.m. at the store in the main room. And I was like, I don't even know if I'm allowed to do the main room. But that's the original room.
You can't do the original.
And
room.
I thought that was the
What do
room.
you
and
mean
I
you
was,
can't?
There's
if you're
3
not a
rooms
paid
at the store.
regular-
There's the belly room, the main room, and the original room. And the main room's huge, but they do produce shows there. So
Yeah.
people can perform there. In order to perform in the original room, you have to be passed.
and it's like really, it seems like it's harder to get past there than it is any other club.
I just don't know. I don't know.
They-
But it's cool. If you get past, they write your name up on the marquee.
Yeah. But so I was nervous about that, and also the lineup was like, it was like on the thing. It was like Whitney Cummings,
Killer.
fucking, I forget who else was on the lineup because none of those people actually show up. That's the thing, is they put all these people on the lineup and then like half of them aren't there. But it was like the lineup was like, it was like me. I went first, and Sam Tripoli was like, I don't host. He's like, I just bring you out, and then I'm even more nervous. Because I'm like, you're like behind the curtain because it's
Yeah.
one of those ones where you go out from back.
It's all past the mic out there, right?
Well, this wasn't. This was,
Oh,
he was emceeing. But he was like, I'm not going to really do any time up front. I'm just going to bring you out.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I'm about to go out into a room of 400 people cold in a city where they're all expecting to see like fucking Whitney Cummings and Andrew Santino. And they're going to be like, who the fuck is this kid? And then he ends up hosting. He ends up doing like 10 minutes and he killed. And then I went out. And it was great. It was it was like so sick. It was like 400 people in that room on a Tuesday. It's like unheard of.
You killed?
Yeah, I had a great set. And then but the lineup was insane. It was like me, which is whatever. But then David Spade went up after me, and then Sebastian Maniscalco went up, and then Tim Dillon. And I was like, I'm so happy I went first because I was like, I shouldn't be on this lineup.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He was
Spade?
texting me. He didn't want to do it.
I was going to cancel on
And
the
I
spot.
said, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
You have to do this. You
Which I
have
was-
to man up
Yeah.
and fucking at some point jump into the deep end and recognize that you've got jokes and you're a good comic. And he did it, and he had the time of his life.
It was really sick. But
Did you chop it up with Spade?
no, I said hi to him because he went on right after me, so he just opened the curtain for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Spade.
I didn't bring him up. I thought I was going to have to, and that was what I was nervous about.
You might remember him from SNL in the 90s.
Yeah.
What
But it was
the
really,
fuck?
it was super sick.
Mm.
It was funny though, because I was thinking about it. I was like, I feel like we never have anyone like super huge like that in New York. But then I was like, I think it's just you're just more used to seeing the big people in New York than
And
when you see the people in LA.
it's just a different flavor of really big
Yeah.
people.
But it was pretty cool. John Kennedy was out there.
Oh, is he living
Just-
there now?
No,
F?
he was just with Tim.
Oh.
Oh.
So it was that was cool to see him. And Josh, I hung out with Josh Potter a
John
lot.
F. Kennedy.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until
What's the
This
deal
week.
with airline food?
yeah.
For all my friends who were alive in the 60s.
So that was sick. And then I did the belly room on Wednesday, and that was cool. And
Did you have any bad sets?
no, And- no, truly, like I didn't have the crowds there are very easy.
He is him.
The
Yeah.
allegations are mounting
Well,
up.
there's
There's
just
a
a
fucking
slaughterhouse.
mounds of fucking evidence against you.
Yeah, but
he might be he.
Yeah.
so that was cool. And then I did a bunch of podcasts on Thursday, and then I did Brea Improv on Friday, which was fun, surprisingly fun.
Yeah, because you don't think that Brea Improv
Well, I
is
didn't
gonna
sell
be-
any tickets, and then they comped like 300 tickets. It's a 600 person room, so tough walking into that building when you see one row filled and then you see 500 rows not filled.
So how many people were there?
It was probably like 250.
That's good.
So it ended up being really fun, but I was like pissed about having to do that. And then I did the Don't Tell on Saturday, which was fun too.
How did that go? I know you were super nervous about that.
That went really well. I was really like the whole week I was just nervous the entire week. Like every day I would just spend at night I would just be tossing and turning about something else. But
You also internalize all of your feelings.
yeah.
You just probably were taking the nastiest, most acidic shits.
Oh yeah, it was a
There's
lot of
no
shitting.
doubt in my
Yeah.
mind that you literally not even like internalize your emotions, like you clam up.
Yeah.
You turn it into fucking acid rain shit out of your ass.
Yep.
Did you have one solid shit?
No.
Yeah,
No,
there's no
definitely
doubt in my mind. No, I know this guy's shit. Like the back of my hand.
Well, he tells us.
Yeah.
No, I truly didn't. Saturday, the day of the Don't Tell, was just diarrhea all day.
Oh fuck
The
yeah!
entire day.
Tell us more.
And but that was super good. That went really well. I was very happy with how that went. And I was like, the whole time I was like in my head, and I was like, well, if this doesn't go well, they say that you can just scrap it and come back and do it again. But then like an hour before, I was like, fuck, I really don't want to have to come out here and do this again.
And go through the anxiety
Yeah.
of the anticipation.
So then I was like, I have to do well. And then it ended up going really well. It worked. It went exactly how I wanted it to.
damn,
So that was sick.
there's two types of comics.
So that'll come out in 8 months.
Well, there's 4 types of comics. There's New York comics, there's LA comics, there's LA comics masquerading as New York comics, and there's New York comics masquerading as LA comics, bro.
Yeah.
And I really think deep down you might be a LA comic masquerading as a New York comic.
No,
Yeah.
definitely
That's
not.
his home base.
I
That's his
agree.
real home base.
I
So
agree.
you're cutting your teeth over here in the fucking Apple, but you go over there to fucking Women, Weed, and Weather, and it's a whole different fucking.
Well, look at his sleep schedule. He keeps himself on West Coast time.
It is true. Like, when I'm out there, I'm
why
like,
readjust
Yeah.
back here? Out there, he's up at 8 a.m. Bushy
no,
tail,
literally.
bright eye.
Yeah, out there, it's like I'm asleep. I go to sleep at 11:30.
Yeah, he
midnight,
turns
wake
off the
up at
video
8.
games at a normal hour.
Yeah,
Eats meals at the right
Bro,
times.
he's an LA comic masquerading as a New York comic.
yeah.
What if Sass, when he goes out to LA, just immediately becomes like like a holistic, crystal rubbing,
Yeah.
hiking guy who
Just waving sage around the stage before he goes
cult
on.
of wellness?
It was super sick, like doing the Comedy Store and stuff. But again, I could never live there. It's like dude. It's impossible to get around.
Did you rent a
Everywhere.
car?
What? No, I Ubered everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like
Made in
everything is
TYO.
like I went to do the Friday Beers podcast, and that was 40 minutes from my hotel.
Well, they're all the way out in Venice.
Yeah, and then I had to go to Burbank to do Josh Potter's podcast, and that was an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, it's a long drive to be in one city.
No, I'm not mocking you.
Well,
That is
it
too
sounded like you
far.
were mocking me.
I'm doing the monkey meme.
He's doing a
Eight
monkey
one.
meme.
Yeah, it's far as shit.
Oh, no.
He's doing a meme, dumbass.
Don't you know that meme?
Take his
No.
fucking empathy.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh,
That one hasn't made its way out to LA
oh
yet.
I love it.
It's a New York meme. You're away for a week. You miss a lot of memes.
Yeah.
You know what else you missed? A lot of us hanging out.
Dude,
Yeah,
Francis,
moving.
it's great to hear that you fucking killed like that. Francis has also been, unfortunately, fucking slaughtering.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
throat fucking the audience on
Yeah.
Saturday.
It was actually insane. I went to see one of his shows at the Stand, and like people were fucking dying laughing,
Yeah.
like insane. And then we went to dinner, and he had to like run away and go back to do another set. He said he was getting like applause breaks.
Yeah.
People were just standing up in the middle of his set to clap at how hard they were
Yeah.
laughing.
Yeah,
They'd never
Yeah.
felt these endorphins rushing through their brain.
Yeah.
that's right. And they were like, man, we thought Sass was going to be here this weekend. We are so
What a
glad it was
relief.
you
That's-
instead.
You say he's bi-coastal?
you got to
He's
add the
spreading
plane to
love
your
out
bio.
in LA, yeah.
This podcast is bi-coastal as hell.
We went out to dinner and late dinner. It was a 10 p.m. res. And then
He
afterwards.
came out with my firefighter and my cop buddy.
Nice.
Yeah, and you know what? We all got along like we were just birds of a feather.
Yeah.
So anyone out there who thinks that I can't hang with people,
With the blue collar.
With the blue
boys
collar.
in blue
I'm
collars.
I'm gonna tell you, I got plenty of shirts with blue collars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're barber.
Yeah, they're dress
They're
shirts.
Patagonia.
They're non-iron Brooks Brothers,
yeah.
Pima cotton, Egyptian cotton.
But it's damn good. And I intentionally didn't tell people about the nasty things that you said during the summer of 2020. I'm joking.
What did I-
No, you
what was
didn't.
that?
COVID.
No, you did.
I listened to
There's
that.
a lot of anti-police sentiment during that time.
Oh,
I'm joking about you having
oh,
thought
my
that.
I
bad.
finally listened to
There
that
you
Dave Smith, Chris Cuomo thing.
Do you listen to the whole thing?
I listened to like an hour and a half of
You
it.
can- it's. I mean, I listened to all.
It
Like,
kind of
3
started getting a
hours.
little repetitive, but it was good.
It's nice to hear grown men argue.
Yeah, it was funny.
What'd
It
you-
was. It wasn't even funny. I was like very into it.
Yeah.
I was.
like,
it was
yeah,
very interesting.
fucking right.
Yeah,
He did. CNN does lie.
he made a lot of good points.
Dave Smith.
Yeah,
Dave Smith eats people a lot. He's just so knowledgeable. On all
and it's
that
also it is kind of a hack that he's a comic who's like comfortable being on stage and he knows how to get the crowd on his side.
shit. Yes.
So it's like anytime Chris Cuomo would say anything, he would be like when he was like back when we all got the vaccine, and then Dave Smith is like, never made its way into my body, and the crowd's like, fuck yeah!
It's so funny. But he like his like depth of knowledge on
Yeah.
world affairs.
Yeah.
And just
I had to pause it and look up words multiple times.
what words were you looking up?
Fuck, I forget what the word was. It was one with a T. He kept on dropping.
Oh,
in the
pterodactyl.
No, it sounded like that though, for sure.
Classic T word.
Yeah, it was good though.
It's great. It's very interesting. You got to treat yourself to it.
I listened to that. Did night one? That was Tuesday night.
That's what you're doing at night.
Dude, I got there because you do the show and you're like, man, I'm fucking exhausted. And then you go home, it's 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess that night I got home at like 9:30 and I was like, what do I do now for the next 3 hours?
Throwing a podcast. Where'd you stay? The Standard?
No, Lay Park. Unfortunately, they didn't have a Citizen M out there. Somehow Caitlin Walker's in charge of my booking for that trip.
You get uncomfortable because your hotel room's too big.
The hotel that we stayed at was super big, but in return, the TVs and the Wi-Fi didn't work the entire time we were there.
Oof.
That's not right.
So that sucked. And I tried to play video games the entire time because I got a PlayStation 5 last week on Monday, and they have this thing called Remote Play where you can download PlayStation Network on your laptop or your phone, whatever, and then you can play PlayStation I can play PlayStation on my laptop with my controller.
Oh, you just bring the controller and you can play on your phone?
And you can play on whatever device that
That's
you sync it up with.
crazy.
You brought your shit to
All I
LA?
did was I just brought my controller. Yeah, dude, I played video games like the whole week. But then the Wi-Fi was the Wi-Fi sucked.
What
so
would
it, was
it
very
be
hard.
like? I mean, never mind.
I had to play on a hotspot.
I could see him doing that in Wyoming when he goes.
Oh, absolutely.
You just don't want to make where you are any different from where you are.
No, but
from.
it's like if you have fucking 8 hours to kill every day,
Yeah, you're gonna.
what are you gonna do?
You're gonna be glamping.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring the local Wi-Fi out to fucking Bozeman.
Yeah, I'm gonna
One
hook
of
up to
those
the. I'm gonna be
handheld
playing
satellites
yeah,
that
the
they have
Iridium
at the top
satellite.
of Mount
You're gonna have
Everest.
Yeah.
Starlink.
We need a medevac.
I am locked into Wyoming mode now, though, because now it's just I'm leaving next week for Wyoming. I have like 3 spots before then. It's all fishing mode now.
Yeah, I don't know if you're ready. Honestly, you should have fished a little bit out in L.A.
I know.
You're probably
Yeah.
not prepared.
I'm prepared. I'm more prepared than anyone's ever been.
I don't think you are, because when was the last time you fished?
I think. I guess 2 weeks ago.
In Virginia?
No, I went out. The couple days before we did the war mode episodes, and I caught 3 fish.
Mm.
I caught 1 rainbow trout and 2 smallmouth bass.
A red one?
A rainbow.
A red trout?
No, rainbow.
A blue?
Are
A
you
blue
talking
one.
about? I think you're talking about Swedish fish, the candy.
They're very silver/pink.
1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish?
The really
Yeah.
stringy Swedish fish. Does Swedish fish have red 6 in them?
I would think so.
Fuck.
Yeah, I would say so.
And doesn't it, if you eat too many Swedish fish, doesn't that do nasty things to your...
To your shit?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, no, like worse than you could imagine. Like if you eat Swedish fish, you have the worst farts of all time. Like explosive, like
And that's coming
like
from you.
whoopee cushion farts.
Because bad farts are part of your diet.
No, I don't actually have that bad of farts. When I eat Swedish fish, oh my god, we used to go to New Hampshire and go skiing, and I would get Swedish fish every time we would go, and my family would be like, "Stop eating those." They were like, "Your farts are unbelievable."
But you're just going twice as fast down the
Oh,
mountain
yeah.
because you have rocket propulsion
yeah.
coming out of your
yeah,
ass.
yeah, it's giving you a little boost, little Mario Kart boost.
It's gross. When was the last time you even had a Swedish fish?
Last night,
I'm not a fan of them.
I literally had Swedish fish last night.
I don't
and now
think
that
he was.
makes
It's
sense.
funny. His head was turned this way.
No,
when
he
he's-
was laughing.
No, but he asked me, and I started answering, and you went last night.
Yeah, I know. And then I looked over at Booze, and he was howling. That's all I needed.
Howling.
Yeah, that's all I needed to keep going.
Like the silent howl.
All I need is one person laughing.
Yeah, that's so fast.
Rome was doing a no-look question.
Yeah.
Hee hee.
Yeah.
I was Magic Johnsoning my question.
Yeah.
Sass caught it in the paint, and everyone's heads turned.
Like, what the fuck?
We didn't even see him cutting back door to answer that question.
Yeah.
Well, because I got to Lay Park, beautiful hotel in West Hollywood, and I'm actually thinking about getting a spot out there. But I got out there and I walked into the hotel room fresh off of the flight, Delta One, and did you know that Delta 360 is invitational?
Yes,
You have
I
to
know
get an
everything.
You didn't say
Well, you told me
invitational.
invitational.
It's
You-
invite only, yeah.
Yeah, you had because you told me that it was like a myth, like people didn't even know if it
As a
existed.
joke.
Yeah, and I looked it up, and you get like a box in the mail, and they're like, "How does it feel to be better than everyone else?"
I
says,
said
like,
I told you
weird,
that
like-
as a joke. I said I said that on stage. I was like, some say it doesn't even exist.
Oh, then you guys were just running back bits on me in person because you definitely told me that in person.
Well, I think I told it to you and then realized that was funny.
yeah,
And then I tried it on stage
It
and
was
it
funny.
wasn't.
That's how most of us comics.
yeah, that's funny for like 6 people.
I didn't say it ever again. Nobody knew. Nobody knew what it was. Although I did go into a Sky Lounge excited because when you're Diamond, which I am, they say thank you for being a Diamond member, and the person in front of me was 360,
Yeah, they suck you off.
and
for 360.
they were like thank you for being a Delta 360, and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah, it's crazy.
what, like I've never been
Just in the presence.
front cucked harder. I'd never met anyone who was 360.
I watched a video last night of them unboxing it. They send you like weird, like condescending messages towards people that aren't 360. They're like, "How does it feel to be so much better than everyone else?" Like weird shit like
I
that.
heard that it's
No.
like
Yeah, I
a
swear to
box
God.
of butterflies that like open up, and each one of them has a fortune cookie tied to its tail that has a condescending message on it.
Yeah.
And you can like pluck them out of the air.
Yeah. I don't think it actually gets you that much.
Oh, that's what people say
They
when
say
they don't have it.
they were like, you
That's
get
what I would say. I tell myself that to make
no,
myself
like in the
feel
letter,
better.
they're like, you get access to the LAX Terminal 5 Delta 1 lounge. And it's
No.
like, okay, so you get access
you
to
get
one
picked
lounge.
up if you have a
You get picked
connecting
up. I saw
flight.
that,
If you have
yeah.
a connecting flight
Yeah.
at an airport, they will take you off the plane and put you in a Porsche on the tarmac and drive you to your next flight.
See, that's a little much, though. Would you even like that? I would be like, guys,
Get the fuck out
well,
of
you
here.
would love that. I would.
You don't
hate
like
that.
walking through the airport at all.
I'd rather walk than have to get off the plane and be like, your Porsche is outside.
Let's put it this
And
way.
everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy?
If we were 360 for that flight that we had to sprint for, they will hold the plane for us as if we're the president of the United
You
States.
think?
I know so. I have a guy who gave me the whole breakdown. They also give you these 360 bag tags so that your bags come out first every single time. You don't have to
Yeah.
wait at all. And they might even just bring them out and hand them to you to be
Yeah.
delicate with them.
That's incredible.
What
Wait,
else?
I didn't know they handpicked you.
Yeah.
So what are the
So
criteria?
I think you have to get 5 million miles.
I promise you I know more than you about that.
I watched
You're gonna
a
have to step
video.
aside.
Francis, what are the
And let me
I watched
just
a
run this
video
show.
last
You
night.
watched a video last night? You did? Yeah?
Francis?
I've-
What are the criteria, Francis?
Yeah. No, you have to you basically have to qualify for Diamond almost twice in a year based on flights alone. So before this
miles
year,
alone.
it would have been either like you had to do double the segments or double the MQMs, and now it's all MQDs. And then you have to have an insanely high Delta Reserve card spend on the MX. And then like even then nobody really knows exactly what it is.
Dude, I might be in the fucking running this year.
I am
you
half
typically
a
they
flight
send out-
away from Diamond right now.
What's Diamond?
Oh, so you're platinum?
Uh
Fraud.
no, I'm Diamond.
What are you? What the hell was that?
Diamond as hell. With almost twice.
Look how close I am on Diamond this for next year.
Damn, Roan spent way more money than you have.
it's so close.
That's probably
Well, you got, how
true.
much do you have pending?
Yeah, so I'm not.
I'm
just
way
making it up.
over.
He
in
showed
the
me how
pending.
much he
I'm just
spent.
I'm $536 of MQDs to Diamond right now, and it's only June.
Dude, it's so nice to be back with the boys talking miles.
People are gonna be furious. that this is
You
what
brought
we're
it up
talking
this
about. I know.
time.
I did.
Usually
derail
it's
the
me.
They're not going to be
conversation.
furious. This is like people's like binky. This is people's like comfort noise so they can
Yeah.
go to bed better. Us talking Delta miles.
I got.
What do you guys think about spending miles? Because I spent all of my miles to get Delta One.
I just spent a bunch of miles for a vacation. I
Yeah.
basically cashed in everything.
People say I looked it up on Reddit and everyone was like they're devaluing them every day. Spend all of them.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So I spent all of mine.
I don't think. I mean, if you get something worthwhile upgrading to Delta One vacation, you feel good about that. I think that's a win. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But they don't expire. So, let's pivot. I have a thought. The Titanic.
Gay.
Was there Delta One on the Titanic? I'm confused. Where are we pivoting to?
I was thinking of that guy Cal,
From the
Billy
movie.
Zane from the movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh,
Talk to me.
well, he's meant to be the villain of the film. I guess him and the
The iceberg.
are the two. He's probably the supporting villain to the iceberg.
He's kind of the human representation of the villain with his icy blue eyes and
Yeah.
his like stoic nature.
He's so handsome.
And there's so much more beneath the surface with his character.
But he gets cast as the villain, and everyone hates him because he's doing whatever. I don't think he's that bad of a guy.
Explain what he does in the movie to Sass and our listeners who have.
You know, the fucking boat is going down.
Okay. Why is it going down?
You've never heard of
Billy
him?
Zane blew a hole in the side of it. It was massive.
Domestic
cock.
terrorism.
No, but it's going down, and all the boat crew people are saying women and children first into the lifeboats, and then he grabs.
Oh, it's going down, like sinking. I thought you meant it was like going downtown.
Was that worth it? Was that one worth it?
It was. Yeah.
Do you think that was enough
Yeah, I do.
to be worth derailing?
I liked it.
I'm just gonna start throwing like B- quips in
B
whenever
minus. In LA, that's an A plus. In LA, that would have crushed.
No, it's going down, and he grabs a kid, and he's like,
Yeah.
"This is my son," or something.
And it's not.
No, and he uses the kid to get onto a lifeboat. I think that's brilliant.
100%.
And he gets on the lifeboat and he gets off. Look, it's survival of the fittest out here.
Yeah.
You got to do what you can to make it. in
The
this
alternative is dying.
world. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, you should just die.
I have no problem with that move. And then the other question I had is, do captains still go down with the ship today?
I think they do.
But how big of a ship does it need to be? You know, if you're in a fishing boat and you're the captain and you get a hole, you're not like, save yourself.
You like put like taps on Sirius XM or whatever.
Yeah. What like, or if you're piloting or commandeering or whatever a yacht for someone, you're not going down with the yacht. When is
I don't know
it
why
required?
in today's day and age, why is anyone going down?
That's what I'm wondering.
With the boat? That seems insane. Put a life jacket
Do
on.
people do that anymore? Or when did that go? When did that go away? Because in the movie, the captain of the Titanic, he goes down with the ship.
It was like a respectable thing to do.
And I don't even know if it's true to the actual story, but when did that sense of the captain and the boat are sort of one? They share this bond.
I bet it's if there's
And-
people who are dying on board, the captain will also die with them.
Oh, that's
and I think
good.
that if everybody's off the ship, then he could be like, okay, I can also get off. But he should be like the last one off instead of like like everybody's dying down in steerage. He gets off and is just like,
Yeah.
well, I guess it didn't go my way this time.
That's a good point.
I'll live to be on another boat.
Yeah.
But I do think in the macro sense, in the 21st century, we've kind of done away with the idea that men should die. It's just like the manly thing to do to just like die. Like
yeah,
I
it should be women
the,
and children.
women and children should be dying.
Yeah.
In that
Men are
order.
going to
Yeah.
take the human race
Yeah.
forward.
Mhm.
2,000 years of women and children getting to live. It's time for the men to live.
Right. I
Men
mean,
on the boats first.
Yeah.
Women and children stand back.
if we let that trend continue, we're gonna have a gender imbalance.
Right.
And
That's how China got to where they're at.
Yeah.
Yes, but China has more men than women.
Oh fuck yeah.
By get this. I think the difference is I think it's 10 million more men than women,
It's a lot.
which okay, in a country of whatever,
2 billion.
2 billion people doesn't sound like a lot, but imagine if you went into a bar and there were 10 million dudes and not a single woman.
Yeah.
You'd be like, this is the worst sausage fest.
Yeah.
That's 10
They
million
have
men
cities.
for whom there is no mate, no partner.
Yeah. Probably a lot of thruples out there.
The women in
or a lot of
Yeah.
No, I think they
Yeah.
kill you if you're gay there.
the women in
Are
China.
you allowed to be gay in China?
yes, I think so.
I think the females are like they're like the Mormons of the U.S.
They just fuck everybody.
they could just take 10 partners.
Yeah.
That would be amazing if the Chinese women could just have like fucking 10
Yeah.
mates just because there are that many.
Hmm.
Oh, not a text from Erica Nardini. I mean, Ayers. Interesting. I won't read it aloud.
No.
What'd she say? She's trying to poach you?
Yeah. She wants me to go to the cooking company.
Yeah.
Let's look up how many people in China are male. Percentage of China that is male.
Let's guess. I'm gonna go with 63%.
No, it's less than that. It's like 50
51.03.
yeah,
Oh,
51.03, but if you 1% of 2 billion,
yeah.
You got it.
It's 200 million, I think.
Yeah.
But
so
what
maybe
is
you were
it in America?
What
No, it's
percent
just
of-
50-50 on the dot.
So if that's true, then I was way off. Because if you figure 51% are female and 49% are male, that's a difference of 2%, which would actually be 400 million difference.
Which I think it could
It's
be.
crazy how little people live in America.
I don't know.
And
if that's right. It sounds like it's 40
51%
million.
of Americans are women.
Wow.
We got bitches.
Yeah.
2
It's
billion
great. How many people are in
times
America? Like 300 million?
330?
40 million. It's 40 million
Or maybe 360?
difference. Not 200.
No, I remember
back when it was 200.
No,
Before-
331.89. And
It was 200 million before Biden became president.
yeah, exactly. Before Biden just had the fucking
And then they let in 160 million immigrants.
migrants. Yeah. And most of them are ISIS.
Yeah. 51%.
Yeah, almost everyone is ISIS. All right, guys, let's talk about Manscaped. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to announce that the smooth sack summer is officially upon us. Whether you're playing in the summer sun, make sure that you're groomed from your pubes to your bum. A little turn of phrase there. And, they deserve it because thanks to our friends at Manscaped, you can make this season your smoothest yet. The Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Ultra has everything you need to prepare that summer bod. Every man knows how scary it can get when you're going for a close shave below the belt. That's why I trust Manscaped in all of my sensitive areas. Inside this package, you'll find the star of the show, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Their 5th generation trimmer features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to the Performance Package 5.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Get 20% off and free shipping with code SUN on manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code SUN on manscaped.com. It's a smooth sack summer, boys. Get on board or get left behind. All right, guys, let's take a second and talk about Game Time.
Game Time.
Look how easy it was. Bam, just pulled up Game Time.
Ticketing partner of Barstool Sports.
Official ticketing partner of Son of a Boy Dad as well. I'm going to the Phillies game tonight. I bought my tickets via Game Time. Bought them. I wasn't like, oh, can I get something free? I want to make sure that I am patronizing Game Time. I want to make sure that I'm getting the best deals and I'm sitting wherever I want. I'm right there on the freaking third baseline. Oh my gosh, Booze. These seats, 7th row seats, very reasonable pricing. And it's like all in pricing. So you see exactly how much you're paying. You don't get to the checkout counter and find out that they're going to heap a bunch of extra bills on.
Right.
It's not a bunch of BS like that. It's actually very straightforward. It's very simple. And that's right. Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, is the best in the business. You can use Game Time for last-minute seats with up to 60% off your favorite events. What?
Damn.
Wow.
That's incredible stuff from the good folks over.
60%.
That's pretty dang good.
Dang good percentage.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code BOYDAD for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price.
Guaranteed. Terms do apply.
It doesn't say that.
Terms do not apply.
Oh, no, it does say that.
Terms apply.
Terms are back on. Everyone's coming over.
You guys excited for the world to get very political again?
I'm a little excited. I'm excited for the debates.
You excited for people to have really strong opinions again?
Yeah.
Not that they haven't, but we just haven't been face fucked with them for so long.
Yeah, I'm excited. I need to do 10 minutes.
You got to work on your fucking your Biden impression.
Yeah.
That did seem like the little baby from Dinosaurs. It is. I wonder who Trump's going to run with.
I thought it was Aaron Rodgers.
No, I don't think so. I think he
was
chose
go
football.
He was going to go with Kennedy.
RFK.
Mm-hmm.
You got to feel bad for Jets fans right now.
Why?
That guy's just rogue. Aaron Rodgers is just, he's everywhere.
Oh, he didn't show up.
He's everywhere
at
aside
minicamp.
for training camp. Yeah.
He didn't show up at minicamp.
Yeah.
That's tough times for
It
them.
does seem a
He's on
little
a retreat.
unfocused, but I do think he can. I think he'll dial it back in.
I don't think so. I think they're going to suck ass.
The
It's the same
Jets?
thing with like Bears fans. At least Bears fans, it's like new. So I guess it's new for the Jets fans too, but no one thinks they're going to win the Super Bowl more than Bears and Jets fans, and neither of them will win the Super Bowl.
And
There's a
sneakily
good
the
chance that
Commanders.
neither of them will even make the playoffs.
Or like they might have a new quarterback within 2 years.
Yeah.
Both
I
of
read
those
something.
franchises.
I read something troubling yesterday. Apparently, they're saying that there's a chance that Drake May is going to start for the Patriots
Why is that troubling?
because he should sit for at least a year. He's a child. Genuinely, he should sit. They should have Brissett start.
I've never really heard your perspective on anyone younger than you, and it is interesting.
Well, he's young. He's really young.
You're ageist. All these years, I spent like trying so hard to not be ageist and listening to your complaints as the other people that you work with are ageist, and they're like, "Oh, Sass is too young to do this or do that or get paid this much or fucking understand this because he's young." Just to hear you turn around and fucking be nasty to a young boy.
I'm not nasty to Drake May. I just think that it would make more sense for him to sit a year, learn from Jacoby Brissett,
Jacob Brissett.
and then go in next year, start next year. Because Jacoby Brissett's only on a 1-year contract.
Yeah, but what if he plays so fucking good? What if he leads them to a 16-0 record? Then you have to run back Brissett
Yeah, that would be incredible.
or 17-0
Yeah.
because they've added another game in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard this. Do you guys feel like the name Epstein should kind of just be retired?
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Because like after Jerry Sandusky did all of his shit, if you saw somebody else with the name Sandusky, you're like, you're also guilty.
Yeah.
But is there a lot of people named I bet there's more people named
There's a lot of
Epstein.
Epsteins. There's like building
Yeah.
managers, lawyers. They're everywhere. There's billboards of Epstein, and every time I see their name,
Yeah.
they're not getting over the Epstein name. He has sullied their name. We
Yeah.
need to put that name out to pasture. Take a new name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rid your shackles of your slave name.
I agree with
What
that.
name? Is
Yeah.
there any other names that are retired other than Hitler?
Adolf. Adolf is the big one.
Is there any others though?
What about Dolph Lundgren though?
Stalin? Is Stalin retired, or there's still
there-
a baby's named Stalin?
A rapper named Stalin would go hard as fuck.
What about Osama? Or Osama's definitely still a popular name.
Big time. It's got to be.
Well, they only have like 6 names out there, so they can't really retire one
That's
of
not true.
them.
They have 6 names a person. Bro, he had fucking 3 on him.
Yeah.
Racism. Gotta love it.
How popular is the name Osama?
I think it's like the 3rd most popular name in the world,
No, you're thinking of Muhammad.
right next to Adolf.
You're thinking of Obama. Fauci, they have to fucking retire. Nobody can be named Fauci anymore. The name Osama continues to be acknowledged.
I'm gonna
and
name my
employed.
kid Dave Smith.
Oh, so it's the the popularity has considerably declined for Osama
That sucks.
via Ancestry.com.
Makes sense though.
That sucks. Why does it suck?
You just hate to see a name just go out of retirement like that because of one bad apple.
But there'll be like hipster parents in like probably 30 years.
Oh yeah, there's
that-
definitely like 10 kids in Brooklyn right now with the name Osama bin Laden. That's just their first name.
Osama bin Laden, like McCoy.
Osama bin Laden Smith.
Just Irish
Osama bin Laden McHijacker.
kids.
Just some like dude who read like the 9/11 letter on TikTok,
He's
and he was like, "I'm naming my kid Osama bin Laden."
this guy was fucking right. This
Yeah.
guy knew exactly what he was talking about. Dave Smith bin Laden. Dave Smith is fucking tuned in. But I don't know what other like because even through the course of time, like negativity almost gets like ironed out. Like you don't really think of somebody that much older than Hitler as like a brutally terrible guy.
Hmm.
Like Genghis Khan, probably terrible. But a lot of the shit that we hear about Genghis Khan, like you'll listen to a biography and he's not even looked at in that negative of a light.
No.
What are who are some old terrible dudes?
Yeah,
I guess
that's-
no one's naming their kid Pontius Pilate anymore. But
Right.
did he just get a bad rap?
Judas Iscariot.
Yeah, Judas is a bad one.
Judas is a bad one.
Judas is fucked.
H.H. Holmes,
Who is he?
serial killer,
But he was he pre fucking
Was that the guy from-
Hitler?
the Chicago.
That is that. Did you read that book?
Yeah, it's great.
You read that book?
Yeah, I had to.
Good for you. That's a good book.
Yeah, it was
Eric
really
Larson
Good for you. Wow, good for you.
in Devil in the White City.
good. Yeah,
He killed a lot of people.
he killed a lot of people, but that was probably before Hitler. That was early 1900s, late 1800s, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
What
Turn
time?
of the century. Yeah,
That was during the Chicago Fair.
Chicago World's Fair. That's a good book.
Bro, did you guys know that we bombed Tokyo in like early 1945 and they killed more people in carpet bombings of Tokyo, like dropping napalm on Tokyo, than they did in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, not combined, but like 100,000 people died in Tokyo and like maybe like 80,000 or
Damn.
something.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
You
No,
think
I
that
didn't know
you think that the atom bomb killed more people than it did? We're looking shit up today, bro. How many people died in Nagasaki? Guesses?
You're doing a lot of research on Japan these days.
Well, because he wants to go to Japan.
Yeah, I want to badly. How many people died in Nagasaki? 19,000 this year. That's not what I'm, that's not what I'm looking. Okay, no, it said
That's actually not that bad of a number.
it
No,
killed
they live pretty
between.
clean.
That was their yearly death. 19,000.
They had a blue zone. No, I was wrong. They killed between 129 and 226,000 people. That's a fucking wide swath.
Hiroshima. That was like 500,000.
Well, maybe that's a combination. That's the combination between the two of them. 129 to 226. 100,000 in Tokyo. That's a fucking lot to just for us to kind of forget about it.
They say it was a controlled demolition, though.
Yeah.
A lot of those buildings are old.
Yeah.
We actually need to have War Mode back in to tell us what really happened.
Yeah, right.
Billy and Spud told me carpet bombs don't go off like that.
Oh my god, I say so much stupid shit on here, but I got flamed badly for saying that caviar was
Oh, that was a whale's egg?
was whale
Dude,
eggs.
one of my friends from
They're
home,
whale eggs.
my friend Brendan from home texted me and he was like, I know, he's like, I've never done this before, but he was like, that I listened to that segment and it infuriated me. He was like, and I was like, yeah, I was thinking about that too, because he was like, whales' eggs would be the size of like a basketball.
Well, whales are mammals too.
Yeah, and they also don't lay eggs.
Yeah, they don't lay eggs.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking idiot, but you know what I mean. As the more I grow,
Dumbass.
the more I'm like kind of come to grips with just being an idiot.
Yeah, you're a dunce.
I'm a fucking dunce, and it's nice to like.
We gotta bring that word back.
Sit in that, just being a dunce.
Yeah, calling people a dunce.
We should.
You guys, have you guys ever been whale watching?
No, I haven't. I would love to.
I went and it sucked dick.
Yeah. It does seem a little
Did you go on one of those big boats?
Yes, and it was boring.
You gotta
as
go.
hell.
You gotta go on one of the private pontoon ones.
I need a private
where
one.
they put you in a full orange sort of jumpsuit. You feel like you're a member of the Coast Guard,
I feel like you're like NASA almost.
and you can really race around. And there's only 10 people in the boat. It's a little
That's
more
fun.
expensive. But it's
I'm
worth
tired.
it.
I'm tired of doing shit in groups.
Oh yeah.
I do not want to have somebody else's sightseeing sensibilities foisted upon me, dude. I'm trying to fucking enjoy my shit on my own.
Yeah.
Dude, one of the best life is too short for not paying more to cut lines and make the experience better. And I think that one of the best parts about being suicidal is that you never know when you're gonna die, and so you can always justify paying more to experience the
Well,
thing
that
better.
goes to Sass's point about spending your Delta miles. then,
Exactly.
bro. You
Right.
should be spending
Imagine
it.
dying with fucking 500,000 Delta miles. Just
'Cause they don't
I
go to
would
next of
literally
kin.
kill myself.
Yeah.
I would let them defibrillate me back into existence,
And then kill
spend the
yourself.
miles, and then be like,
Do you think
"All
you
right."
can put your miles in your will? Like transfer them over?
Delta does not honor wills.
No, they
Delta
definitely
counts
don't.
on death.
Yeah, yeah.
So they can like recollect all the miles. Those nasty fucking Delta workers.
When you die, Delta comes to your house and takes your reserve card,
While your wife
chops
weeps.
it up.
Yeah. Your family's weeping. They're just fucking.
Really sorry. Could we just see his wallet real quick? though?
Yeah, but if you're a 360 member, they will shovel one thing of dirt on top
Yeah.
of your coffin
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
part of the honoring of
That
your-
is respect.
They
But
bury you in a Delta One seat.
they're the first person there once you die. If you're not 360, like in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, when like they find a ticket and the guy's like always right behind them.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly what's going on
Yeah.
over on Delta. Should we switch over to the Patreon?
Yeah, let's switch to the Patreon.
All right. Come see Sass in
Austin, Texas at the Vulcan in July. Tickets for that are available now.
holy fuck.
Also, potentially, me and Francis will be doing hilarities together, I believe.
Oh yeah, we got hilarities in August.
Well,
Where-
I don't know if
where's that?
I haven't confirmed yet.
All right, well if you don't, then I'm not going.
Where's
okay.
Hilarities?
Cleveland.
Yeah,
We're not going.
Fuck that. No, we'll probably end up
We're
going.
probably gonna go. We're
Yeah.
probably gonna
Good
go.
club.
I
Come
can't
to
say no to anything.
Hilarities. Francis, your tour is over, but come see him at the stand.
yeah, I've got stuff coming up in the fall. Keep an eye out. Lots of fun cities.
And perhaps
Austin,
August. We might be doing
Cleveland.
hilarities in Cleveland together.
Yeah, we're gonna be in Grand Rapids, Michigan in December.
Yeah. That see, shit just keeps popping up on my calendar that I'm like, I don't think I agreed to do any of this.
We're gonna be in Kansas City
Yeah.
in October.
In November, I think.
No, I think it's
Oh,
October.
October. Yeah, you're
And
right.
we're also gonna be in There's one
Rochester.
Rochester, New York. in
Yeah, we're
October.
hitting all the hot spots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn. That's fucking a dream. That's,
Kansas City's gonna be fun.
That's basically the same as Dana Beer's bachelor party series. You're just going to the coolest places in America. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
All right, we'll see you guys on
Thursday.
Thursday.